Hello, welcome back to Hunter Tune. Today we're gonna pull the EG in the shop and get a look at it, because I think it's about time that we do something with it. I'm gonna show you guys some stuff that's been going on, just do a little vlog video, but the EG, like I said, has been sitting outside here for quite a while, and I scrapped the converter that was on it because I didn't plan on using it. So it literally has no exhaust on it, and the battery's dead, so we're gonna jump it and try to get it pulled into the shop. So let's try to do that, and it might be kind of eventful watching the fireballs come out of the head. And we got the key. I forget how clean this frickin' car is. She's still dead. I gotta hit the boost. Hit the boost. Come on, Betsy. Oh yeah, fired right up. Doesn't have any exhaust though. The fucking belt is smoked. I wonder if the alternator's locked up. It probably is. Oh, come on. It's freaking locked up. Dang it. You can see the belt smoking there. Dang it. I'm gonna go get some WD-40. All right, boys and girls, it's that time. I know everybody's been waiting patiently, and I appreciate everybody's patience, but it's about time to build the single cam car. And we're starting off with, you know, just getting some suspension stuff figured out. But this red EG hatch that I have is the one that I'm going to be using for the built single cam. And I already got the rear trailing arms and stuff off of it, but I ran into a couple issues, which I expected I was going to, just because we live in Wisconsin and these cars have been sitting around for a while, and they're just, you know, it's kind of the thing that you get with these. They haven't been touched ever since '92 or whatever. So I ran into an issue when I dropped the trailing arms down that, to my surprise, the toe link bolts came right out, and I'm gonna be able to reuse that nut, which is surprising, because usually that's the bolt that gives the most issue. But the trailing arm mounting bolts, the two big 17 mil bolts right here, are the ones that gave us the real issues. So you can see up in there that one of the bolts is actually snapped, and I don't even know if I have the bolt here. So there's the bolt that snapped on me pulling them out. And then on this side, kind of the same story. This one, the nut actually started spinning inside the frame, so I just cut the bracket to get the arm out of here so I can have a little bit more accessibility to work on this to fix it. and this one's just really frozen in there. So I got to figure out what the hell I'm going to do to fix the trailing arm bolts that go up into the frame. I'm kind of screwed. I got to figure something out or get creative or get your guys' advice on what you guys have done, because I'm sure a lot of people have been in the same situation. Doing rear suspension on an old Civic sucks. But once it's done, it's awesome because you have all the adjustability in the world. You put all the good parts in it. We'll have rear disc brakes after this is all done, but yeah, it sucks because I can't really bolt the new stuff in with the bolts in the frame broken like that. So I don't know if I can get up in here and like, if I don't want to cut, which is probably what I'm gonna have to do in order to get at the nut that's on the top here and then be able to like cut out the remaining rest of the bolt. And then just like, you know, you angle cut and then like have a flap door and then fix it and then put the flap back up and weld it back on. That's probably what I'm gonna have to do. I just don't want to. If you guys have suggestions on what you guys have done for broken bolts on your Honda rear suspension, leave it down in the comments so everybody can learn from it. This is one reason why it's almost easier to buy something that's already built instead of working on like an old virgin chassis like this, because you have to deal with this at some point if you're going to go through the whole car like I am. So I might end up getting a new fuel tank for it, and I'm just going to put new stuff on this thing. I got brand new brake lines. HunterTune.com sells the fuel line, so I'll probably just hit him up for the fuel line, and I'll probably just convert the tank over to AN because I have the adapters to go from the stock hat. You can convert it to AN. So I'll probably do that. And then I also picked up from Valet Racing, I picked up some stainless brake line over here that I'm probably going to end up putting on the car. But I did get this for an EK. So I don't know if the EK is the same. I wouldn't think it's that much different. Oh, what's all that for this car too? Yeah, replacement brake line kit. I don't know. I got this on eBay from Valet Racing. But like I said, it's for an EK. I have the rear disc prop valve that I pulled off an EG. I have like all that stuff over there. And then I also got a full PCI suspension kit that I'm going to be putting in. That's kind of why I'm going through all this, because I'm going to make sure that this single cam has all the advantage in the world. We're putting the best of the best suspension in this thing to give the little single cam every advantage possible. My goal with this build is to run 10 seconds in the quarter mile with a single cam. It's something I haven't done. I think we've maybe gone in the 11s, like a really high 11 or a really low 12, but I want to go 10s with a single cam. That's my goal. And I hit up the guys at PCI, honestly, probably like a year ago, and I'm finally getting around to possibly using some of it, but I have literally an entire suspension kit. So I think these are for the front control arms. These are also the front control arms. There's the rear control arms back here. I have front uppers for an EK because I was initially going to do this on an EK car, but I ended up changing my mind and I'm going to go with the EG. So I have like toe links, which I feel like are the same between EK and EG. The only difference is the uppers for the front, I think, are specific to EK or EG. But I think everything else, I have camber links, and the cool thing about the PCI stuff is it's all spherical. This is all going to be like hard mounted spherical bushings. There's not going to be any rubber or poly. It's all just freaking hard mount, which is awesome. It's going to be very rigid. These are the trailing arm bushings that we're going to put in too. Here's the rest of the trailing arm bushings. I got a lot of learning to do, but it's a cool thing about the PCI stuff is it comes with instructions for every part that you buy. So awesome company to deal with. and I will definitely be purchasing more stuff from them in the future for some future builds. But I just wanted to give you guys a sneak peek of the suspension that we're going to be putting on this car. Yes, we're going to go like all out on a single cam build. Because I know you guys have been waiting patiently, and I'm so, you know, sorry, I guess, that it's taken so long. But life's gotten in the way. I got a baby boy now, so it's been kind of hard to get out of the house lately. But today I came out here and started ripping this thing apart. I'm going to be taking the D16 that's in this, and I'm going to put it in the deli, because I want the transmission from the Del Sol to use with the built Z6, because it's a matching Z6 trans. That's what we're gonna use for a transmission. And yeah, I even got the torque mounts out. These guys came right out, which most of the time those break off for sure. So I don't know. I got a brand new subframe too that we're gonna put in this thing, because this one's kind of rusty. I have a rack with different, there's a lot of really cool stuff that we're going to be putting in this thing, and I'm just kind of giving you guys an overview. Yeah, here's the subframe that I have that's way cleaner, and then I have this rack that I might use because it already has NRG mounts for the rack, so that'll be really cool. But yeah, that's kind of my plan. I don't know how I'm going to document a lot of this, but I'm going to probably make videos on like putting the suspension together, like the trailing arm bushings, how to install them, kind of stuff. And once I figure out how to get these freaking broken bolts out of the frame, I can get moving on that right away. And then we'll move on to the front suspension after that. And then once we get the suspension, this car back to a roller, I have the cylinder head done for the motor. We just got to assemble the bottom end, which is sitting right over here. I have the badass intake ready to go, but this stuff's just been collecting dust because I just haven't really had the time or motivation to put it together yet. There's a bunch of stuff that I've been doing kind of on the side, in preparation to possibly be offering you guys like a turbo kit. And I have a bunch of really cheap manifolds that I picked up, and they seem like they're built fairly well for the money. And I'm also in works of doing custom Hunter Tune turbos. So these are the turbos that I've been working with. These are VS Racing units. I have a couple different iterations that we're going to be testing on a few different engines, including my S2000. I have a B series car that we're going to be doing testing with these turbos, and I have a bunch of single cam stuff. Here's the configuration for this manifold. Look at that. This is a 3071. I might be bringing these turbos back because they did so freaking well back when VS Racing used to sell them, but VS Racing discontinued these turbos because I don't think he sold a lot of them or something. So he's actually possibly working out a deal with me where I can have them all branded for me. They're all going to have the Hunter Tuned logo, and the 3071 is like a great turbo for a lot of different setups. So that's all going on in the background, and yeah, I'm really excited to get this project underway, honestly. I just picked up a EF that I might show you guys real quick. It's just a sedan, and it had these pretty sweet wheels on it with brand new Toyo tires. These tires are brand new. So I pretty much bought the car for the price of the wheels, and I got the car running. I put a new distributor on it and some timing components I fixed up, and threw a set of snow tires on it. I'm gonna sell it for like $1,000 to somebody around here, I'm sure, for a winter beater. And then I have the 4-door over here that I just picked up for $400, and I've been dailying the shit out of this car, but I don't know if I'm gonna keep it or not. I would like to possibly do a turbo auto build with this one and see if the automatic transmission can take any sort of power. I think it'd be cool to maybe experiment and play around, but yeah, I think stick shift's kind of the better way to go, just because the autos can't really take a lot of power. And I don't know if it would be just like a car to make content with. I don't know if it would actually be practical or not, but maybe it would be cool to see. Let me know what you guys think if you want to see a turbo auto build. It'd be kind of funny, I think. But yeah, other than that, I'm gonna get this motor yanked out of here and then probably get the Del Sol in here tomorrow or the next day and get the Z6 out of that pulled. There's just a lot of like little work that has to get done before we can really dive into this car to get the built single cam going. So thanks for watching, guys. Have a great night and a better tomorrow. We will see you later. God bless. And yeah, stay tuned for the single cam stuff. We're doing it now.